And then another tool that we have is the Global Liquidity Scorecard. So the Global Liquidity Scorecard is something that you really should be using. It has a short-term funding rate section, and then it has a long-term funding rate section. But really, this is how it looks. So every day you can see exactly what the actual Fed rate was, the bank reserve rate was, the overnight funding rate, the Fed rate ceiling and floor is. But then on a weekly basis, if you look at the table itself, you can see very quickly what the global money supply, the global central bank balance sheet is, the US Fed balance sheet, see if it's actually stable, expansionary, or contractionary. You can see what is actually happening to help you determine whether or not the US Fed are they dovish or hawkish, and what is their net position? What does the US net liquidity look like after accounting for government checking accounts, and how much money is actually being parked at the Fed versus fleeing the Fed? And then all of these monetary policy metrics are incredibly valuable to just see where we are globally. Is the US monetary policy aligned with the Japan, EU, and the UK monetary policy, or is it on its own? Right now, it seems to be standalone, neutral, while the others are mostly in quantitative easing mode. And then when you look at the federal US Fed operations and repository and reverse repository metrics, you can also look at any type of emergency lending and track that every day to every week. You see all of the metrics here. So, and then at the bottom, you have a summary that just quickly tells you whether or not is the Fed adding or draining liquidity. Are they cash returning to the markets? So is the reverse repo dropping, or is it increasing? And usually you want it to be dropping for you to have sort of a bullish bias in the short term. And is the Treasury spending, or are they reducing their overall spending and overall expenditures? So this is the Global Liquidity Scorecard. It's very valuable. It's first of its kind, and then so that really covers that.